So it's all about winning the game of debt and how to get out of debt, save money, build wealth, and achieve financial peace and freedom. That is our mantra today. So I want to take you to a land where you imagine that you have no debt, a life with zero debt. You have no business debt, and yet your business is well performing. You have no car payments, which most of us have been, trodden down by car payments. You have no loan app payments. That's another cancer that we are having now, that everybody is dealing with loan apps. You have no credit card payments, where the banks are actually, following you up to take a credit card if you have an account with them. Where you have no mortgage payments, you have already paid off your mortgage payment. You have no family debt or friends debt. They are not bothering you, asking you to pay them. No distress calls from the banks and Shylocks and loan apps. You can sleep soundly. You are confident. You have no stress at all. So, and this scenario pushes us that you can be able to give generously without regret and restraint. When you are in that position of no debt, your business is flourishing with enough cash flows to handle, day-to-day operations. You're able to take care of your parents and siblings. You can meet all your family basic needs. You can be able to pay for a nice vacation to your family without having to borrow for it. Then you can sort out any medical bills without breaking a sweat. You can handle small emergencies such as, a car tire burst, phone theft, work, your laptop repair, without having to borrow for it. You can be able to meet these emergencies. Also, paying school fees is not a problem for you. You have already planned for it. Then you can survive for 6 months or more if you lose your job today. Or if you decide that I don't want to be working now, I want to go and, actualize my dream. Are you in that position? You can see how beautiful it can be. That life of no stress. Nobody is calling you to ask, for money. When you receive your income, you have the margin to save, to invest, to build wealth, because your income is the greatest, wealth building tool, and we want to regain it. We want to go to this world that we can imagine of. So, guess what? Life, a debt-free life of total financial abundance is surely possible. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to free you from what you think maybe it's normal in life. To free you from what the system has told us that is normal. We have all been told that you need to work, you work, then you receive your income. After that, you pay your bills. Then after bill, you go for shopping, manage your lifestyle here and there. The Lord, we only live once. Then you have no savings at the end of it. Now, because you don't have savings, how do you fill that gap? And you need to survive. By doing this on 15th of every month, you need debt, a loan. Then you are back to work. You work. At the end of the month, when you receive the payslip, the whole cycle repeats again. We call this the rat race prison. If you are this person, I'm here to show you a different path to, doing what you have been used to do. We also call it the hamster wheel, where you borrow money to support your lifestyle, and then you work to earn a paycheck. Then you spend that money to pay the bills and make payments to the bank. you are still, you are in this hamster wheel rotating, no rest, even a day. So you become a slave to the system. That is what debt and, bad money management will put you through. I'm here to help you see the other side. I want you to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Then you cannot be broke and you're running a profitable business. Yeah. You cannot be disappointed with your life every time and you feel like a loser. I'm getting all this money. Where is it going? Yeah. You are not even accountable to all your money. You cannot be able to account every coin. Yeah. You're tired of going to work every day and having nothing to show at the end of the month. You feel exhausted and your life is chaotic. Yeah. Then as a consequence, you feel worthless. That's what debt keeps us in this prison. You feel worthless, and because you are always broke, you are helpless, and you also feel purposeless. I want to give you that alternative. So I've created a scenario here. I want to show you how debt robs your income. Yeah. And I've said here, I want to help you create the margin. When you pay off your debt, you can live a debt-free life and be able to achieve your financial dreams and your financial goals. So your income is the most powerful wealth building tool, and we have to regain it. You can see now you assume if you're not making, you are not having a pay slip, replace the basic salary with your income. You can see when you are paying loans after the statutory deductions, this SACCO loan, bank loan, salary advance, you are left with nothing in your pocket. The net pay is just, it's just 66,000 compared to a person who I want now to be the future you. You have no loans that you are paying, and you have 144,000 take home that you can now start building wealth with. Right. I also want to light some fire under your butt. Sometimes we get comfortable with our problems. You get comfortable with your loans and, you hold them like a pet, and your life seems like you have no way out of getting out of this. I want to take you out of that comfort zone. Yeah, because the clock is ticking and you have to take charge. You have to face this dilemma and be able to live a different life. Yeah. I also want to save you time. Time is your greatest resource in wealth building. And you don't have to waste over 2 years figuring out how to get out of debt. And I've done that for you. I've figured out that for you. And I'm going to show you how. I'm also here to eliminate chaos in life. Yeah. You have to stop being a wandering generality and be a meaningful specific. You cannot, juggle down everything. Yeah. If you want to pay debt, you have to be focused. You have to create a plan, stick to it, and laser shoot it. Yeah. That is what we call meaningful specific. You are not everywhere. When you are everywhere, it's chaotic. You drop down everything and you are going to crash. Right? But I want to give you a warning that this is not for you. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, I'm not here to give you a magic wand that, you're going to hold and, swing it and all your debt troubles go away. Yeah. I'm not here to show you how to take quick debt, invested, get rich. Yeah. So let me. All right. Proverbs 13:11 tells us this: wealth gained history will dwindle, but whoever has gathered little by little will increase it. That is wisdom from God. Yeah, we don't want to rush creating wealth by taking debt that you can't wait to have this thing that you want to own. Yeah, then it comes tumbling down because you are hasteful. You are not building a solid financial ground to enjoy and build your wealth. Second thing, you have no desire to eliminate your greed for soft life. You know, you want a soft life where I want it all. I want it now. I want it now without having to work for it, because that's what the illusion of debt. A bank will come and tell you, you can have this car now. You don't have to save for it. Have it now and you're gonna pay us for the next 5 years. You want it now. Then you become a slave to your bank. Yeah? You have to master contentment, gratitude, and self-control if you want to win with money. There's nothing like free money. There's always a sacrifice for it. And as they say, easy money comes with slow problems. We want to eliminate those slow problems by doing it the right way. This masterclass is also not for you if you are not ready to turn your life around. Yeah, there's this magic word of transformation whereby you have to get to a point where you are ready. You know, you are tired of your life of paycheck to paycheck. You are sick about it, and then you are sick and tired of getting sick and tired of being in debt. And you're going to get to a point whereby you say, I've had it. That's when you be ready to take control of your money, to take control of your life, and that's where the change begins, right? Then this is not for you if you are still blaming your failure in life on other people. It's my parents, it's my siblings, it's my children, yeah? It's my husband, it's my wife. I want to tell you that nobody is coming to save you. You need to be accountable for your own life. You need to be disciplined, and you need order if you want success with money. Right? Let me give you a tip. Your business and your life is a reflection of you. If you are failing in life, if you are failing with money, the person who is causing this, you know him or her. You just need to go to your mirror and see that person. She is there, he is there. Yeah? You need to face her, you need to face him, and have a candid talk with him or her. That person has ruined your life. Her behavior, his behavior is what is ruining your potential and capacity to create wealth and live a fulfilling life. So the tip is, go to your mirror after this, face that person, and you are going to change your life. So you're going to face the truth, and then we're going to proceed. So who is Alex Mwangi? I help people who are struggling with debt and in financial distress to get financial fitness through building a solid, underline the word solid, financial foundation, so that you can be able to build wealth, have peace, freedom, and live a worthwhile legacy. So I've had my share of failure with money. I've paid my stupid tax by applying money the way it's not supposed to be applied. This has caused me to live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. I've also been into debt up to my eyeballs. I've paid over 3.5 million in about 2 years, and now I can say I'm debt free. I'm also the founder of centwarrior.com, which is a personal finance and business website, and also a founder of Legacy Accelerator Consulting, a financial literacy consulting firm. And I'm also an author of Winning the Game of Debt book. So here are my key principles that guide me. First, it starts with the wisdom of God. This Proverbs 22 verse 7, where it says this: the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Note that. The second one is give no sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelid. Deliver yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, and like a bird from the hand of the faller. When it comes to paying debt, it's first recognizing that if you are a borrower, you are a slave to the lender. It doesn't matter whether it's a business debt, whether it's productive debt, the lender will always be your master. Yeah? And you'll always be the slave. Another one is that once you identify that you have that debt, you have to free yourself like a gazelle, from the hands of the hunter, or like a bird from the hand of the faller. That is the principle that we are going to use. We identify that we are enslaved, or we don't want to go into the slave mode again, slavery situation again, and we are going to deliver ourselves just like a gazelle. Are you ready to change your life? These are the scenarios in life. Now, when I'm presenting this, you have faced yourself with a situation whereby you are in debt, and the system has already brainwashed you that this is the norm, and you are saying, I won't do it. I don't care what you say, Alex, I just won't do it. In fact, I won't listen to you, or I know what to do, but I won't do it. Then you're in that position where I can do it. I think what you are saying makes sense. I can do it. Then the illumination comes, and now you have come to a position whereby I've had it. I'll change my life. Then I want to do it. Then you ask me, how do I do it? This is where we are at. I want to show you how to do it. Then you can say, I'll try to do it. That is a spirit. Then you meet yourself in a situation whereby I can do it. Then I'll do it. Yes, I did it. That is our ultimate goal. We want to be in a position where, yes, I did it. Right. It's time to start the hard work. You have to push your problems uphill. You don't have to relax, at the valley in desperation, knowing that nobody is coming to save you. You have to push it up. And this is what we are going to do. Hard work, sacrifice, resilience, intensity. Getting out of debt is not easy, but we are going to do it. So let's look at the debt burden that we are having. Yeah? The first catastrophic thing is that today we have easy access to loans. It is not that like the past times whereby getting a loan was, it was difficult. They even asked you, even the chief, you could have been asked even the chief's letter for you to get a loan from the bank. In fact, the sources for debt were not that many like today. So the easy access to loans have led people to be very, very, which word do I use? They don't know what to do with the loans. The money is here. We are lazy. We don't want to work. We don't want to follow the right path to create wealth. We don't want to follow the right methods, to make income. And the easy access of loans have made it very possible for us to access loans. We start with the popular mobile loan debt. Yeah, we have over 400 mobile loan apps. These loan apps are charging higher interest rates, over 365 to 18.25% APR. These are monstrous fees. You need to avoid them like a plague. Yeah. The second one, we have Fuliza, overdraft loans. They in your phone. In fact, when you go to pay something using your M-Pesa, they just tell you register. You don't need to go back home without this thing. You can just pay now. Instant gratification. They know that you cannot and you're going to take an overdraft. So we can see that customers borrowed over 542 billion in 2022 compared to 351 billion in 2021. And mind you, from 2022 March to September 2022, we can see they had 315.6 billion of Fuliza amount. Guess who is getting rich? It's Safaricom, KCB, NCBA. These are the people who are giving you Fuliza overdraft loans. Yeah, these are the people who are building mega buildings, who are buying new cars, who are furnishing their offices, who are living their dreams, who are getting good dividends. But the people who are Fulizaing, we are in for a road show. Yeah, the famous Hustler Fund program loans. The government wants to help you, but is it really helping you? Or, when you don't change the culture of people are used to taking debt and applying it in, useless engagements. The country is going to lose. And when the government blinks out loans that we are helping our population, and the biggest population, in fact, over 95%, they are financially illiterate. They are going to misuse this one. It's like giving a gun to a person who doesn't know how to use a gun, and you tell them, now go to war. They're going to get killed. Or it's like using fire. You can use fire for meaningful purposes, or you can use fire to burn down your building, your house, and even burn yourself down. Right? So the Hustler Fund currently, as we talk, 20 million people have opted in. And they have advanced over 29 billion. So the question is, how are people using this debt? Mind you, most people are using it like Fuliza, just normal daily living. It's like an emergency fund for them. So this debt is not being productive. Yeah. Now we have conventional debts. These are circle loans, where you go when you want to buy, a car, you want some quick fix, you want some, children, school fees. Yeah. Then we have the old age mortgage debt, right? Those are familiar sources of debt that we know. Yeah. Now this is Kenya bank lending rate. We can see the rates are even higher than the popular investment returns, whereby if you invest in a money market fund, you're going to get around 7 to 10% annual rate. Now, our bank rates, whereby they'll rate you with a 13.1, that is as per April 2023. So this is going to hinder your way to creating wealth. If you are paying debt of 13.1, and we saw that most people are going for loan apps and all those unpopular, loan sources, you are paying so much than you can invest your money in. So now I want us to face the dilemma about bad debt and good debt. I know you have heard it being said, take this loan, that will be a good debt. Is it really a good debt? Let's see. Now, according to debt.org, they describe good debt as debt that improves one's net worth or promises a future value, a positive future value. Note these keywords that this is a promise. It is not a guarantee. Any debt that you take there, it doesn't matter what you're taking that debt for. You're taking that debt with a promise that when you apply that debt, it's going to give you a future good value. It's going to increase your net worth. Yeah, it's going to increase your fortunes, but that is not guaranteed. We call that risk. Nobody will ever tell you about this risk of debt. Yeah, so we have all those examples that people say these are good debt. Yeah, small debt, investment loan, student loans, yeah, personal loan, mortgage, rental properties. That's it. What about bad debt? This is the opposite of good debt. Debt that doesn't improve your net worth or promises future value. In fact, when you take that debt, whatever you are applying it on, it's reducing in value. It loses value. If you take debt to buy consumables, to buy your clothes, you are wasting the money. You lose value. That is what bad debt has been described as. Car loan, credit loan, Shylock loan, loan apps, salary advances, buy now, pay later. You are losing if you are buying things like a car that when you drive out of the showroom, they reduce in value. So that is what has been known by bad debt. Let's see what Robert Kiyosaki says. Bad debt doesn't make you richer. It makes you poorer. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket every month. It doesn't put money back into your pocket. In contrast, good debt puts money in your pocket every month. It makes you richer. An example of good debt is debt on the apartment I own. That is Robert Kiyosaki. That debt is only good as long as there are tenants to pay my mortgage. If tenants stop paying their rent, my good debt turns into bad debt. Think about that. Your good debt can turn into bad debt overnight. Yeah? That is the thing that we want to look at. When does a good debt turn into bad debt? A good debt stops being good when its value or the value of the thing you buy with it decreases as soon as you get the loan. When you get the loan and buy a car, the value decreases. So a good debt, maybe that is facilitating you buying that product, becomes a bad debt. So when it's no longer an investment, you can take a debt to invest in an investment. Then it gets burnt up. So that debt becomes bad debt. You take a business loan, then Corona happens, you have nothing. Yeah, you take a business loan, then fire happens, you had no insurance. Bad debt. What other example do you have? Just imagine things that can go sour when you have a business and the debt that you took is not giving you the return that was expected. Automatically, that becomes a bad debt. Then, if it doesn't improve your net worth or self-worth, maybe you took that debt to, go to school so that you can get a better paying job. The job is no longer there. You become unemployed for years. Now, was your debt good? Yes, maybe the original intention, there was debt, but you did not have the promise for the future value. That creates a bad debt. So, or maybe you inspired an excellent, you had a good business idea, you wanted to do excellent thing with this debt, that if only I take that, if only I have this money, I'll change my fortunes. But that one is not guaranteed. So all these things can turn what is known into quotes a good debt into a bad debt. Yeah. So do you think there is good debt? This is my take. I know it's controversial, but I believe there is no good debt or bad debt. Debt is debt. And a debtor is always a slave to the lender. You have borrowed money that belongs to another person to get what you cannot be able to afford today. Because if you can be able to afford today, you can pay it for cash. If you cannot be able to afford it, that's when you go for a loan so that you can get that thing. So the poor pay interest while the rich earns interest. The borrower is always a slave to the lender. Let's face this truth that debts are risky. And even when you have already, you have the plan, you have gotten everything, into a perspective. The business plan is very, is prospecting good fortunes in future. There's always that risk of things going north. Good debt is designed to suffice when things work perfectly. When you have a loan and you have a job, when you have a loan and you are paying the monthly payments and your business is doing well, things are working perfectly. But let me tell you, when things stop working perfectly, you are going to suffer. And this is what we want to avoid. We want to recognize that risk of debt and see a way forward. What is the alternative, right? How can we be able to minimize our debt uptake or stop it and be able to live a fulfilling life, right? So do you think there is a good debt? That question continues. So never ignore the risk factor of debt. This is what I want to tell you. You'll have a huge debt burden, and when that risk materializes, then things will go wrong. Yeah? So don't invite stress, ulcers, and conflict with family and leaders. Yeah? Among other dangers that you know, if you have been in a position whereby you have not been able to pay your debt, you know how it feels. You know the position that puts you in. So the so-called good debts only promises future value, but does not guarantee anything. So after we have highlighted that we have debt, and so what do we do about it? I have developed the 8 steps debt crush strategy. This strategy involves 8 strict steps that are going to help you get out of debt, to regain your freedom and be able to build wealth. So we are going to look into this 8 steps, and let's start with the first one. The first step is you need to stop taking more debt. That is the first step. If you're going down in a mud hole, you need to stop digging, right? So you have to draw a line on the side and say, I'm not taking debt anymore. I need to know the alternatives. I need to now start thinking, how can I get income, more extra income? How can I buy what I want? How can I expand my business without taking risky debt? You need to be in a position that we talked about, that you have had it. This one is going to ruin your life if you don't take care of it and stop taking more debt. The second step, I call it the triage. The triage is where you get, measured your BP, your situation. What is your situation? Where am I at? This is a self-reflection room. You have to rack your mind. Go to that mirror and ask yourself some critical questions. Where did I go wrong? What has caused me to be in this debt? Yeah? Is this really the life I want? Yeah? It's a self-reflection minute. Yeah? So what trapped you into this debt chaos? That is the biggest question. What trapped you? Let me tell you, if there is a secret to getting out of debt, it is this process, this step of self-reflection. Because most of the time we go giving tips on how to pay debt, start by paying the highest interest rate or the lowest interest rate, sell something and, offset your debt, go to debt consolidation. But we overlook the root cause of the reasons why we are in debt. And this crops from our past behaviors that has consequences. Whatever you are at now, if you are in debt, it is out of your past behavior. And our past behaviors are a reflection of our beliefs, values, and attitudes. Yeah? What do we believe? If we believe that I can take debt, debt is always available. I don't need to make more income. I can just go to the bank and take money. Yeah? This is free money. I'll be using other people's money to create wealth. Then you start applying the money that you take to other unproductive activities, and things comes tumbling down. So we have to go into retrospect. What are our beliefs about money? what are our values? Yeah. Then this will form the attitude, our emotions and thought. Yeah. Then we are going to see the behavior. And once we change the behavior, because it said that 80% of winning with money is all about behavior, at 20% just the head knowledge. So we want to take care of the 80%, and this is what will change our lives. So what made you to get into debt? This is what we call the debt trap. First, we start treating debt as a source of income. And we think, oh, I don't need to be ingenious about creating income. I just take debt. It's a trap. Yeah? Living beyond your means. You don't want to settle. We talked about greed. You want to have everything now. You want to impress the society, and you are suffering. Yeah? You're going to lose. The social pressure, keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the neighbor, keeping up with everybody because you want to impress everyone. The next thing is financial emergencies. You don't have anything saved up because debt is taking all away your money. We looked at the pay slip when we were starting. When you are in debt, you pay everything. The biggest portion of your income goes to the lenders, and you are left with nothing to save. Then the debt cycle, the rat race begins. You have no spending plan. You don't have a budget. This means that you don't know where your money is going. This leads to lack of discipline, and you misuse your money by doing the above without knowing where every coin is going. Another thing is low self-esteem. We have looked at the beliefs. Yeah? How are you brought up? Some people have low self-esteem, and now they go crashing down because you want to buy things, thinking that you can shield your esteem. They'll give you a different esteem. You want to have the best car there is to, shield your low self-esteem. You want to please everybody so that they can validate you. Yeah, you end up lending your money, giving people money, being harambes. You want to validation from other people. Low self-esteem can also get you into debt trap. Relationship pressure. Your wife or your husband want a different life. Peer pressure, living beyond your means. You want to live in a different, estate. Yeah, living beyond your means. Relationship pressure. If you want to win with money, you have to be in agreement with your partner. You have to be in agreement. How do you want your lifestyle to be? Where do you want to take your children to school? How do you want to live? That is, so you have to be in agreement with so many things. Then the fear of missing out. You want, when you go for shopping and you see, the butter, everybody is saying that we are at discount, that we are offering this discount at, today, it's only today. Or you have met with different scenarios whereby things are just moving. The best shoe that you have ever, wanted, it's here now. They don't have money. And these people are telling you that it will be in stock for just 1 week. Or you cannot be able to control that. Then you go into debt to buy that shoe, to buy that fridge, to buy whatever you are buying, so that you don't miss out. That can lead you to debt trap. The second one is addictions. This is also a cancer in our country when it comes to compulsive gambling. This will lead you to debt. There's substance abuse, whereby you're using hard drugs. It will also lead you to debt because you become unproductive. Addictions make people become unproductive. They are not able to think through on creating different types of income or even generating an income. So you become lazy, you become unproductive, and also your mental faculties, they are discharged. So there's also food addiction. You just like eating. You can't help it when you go, you are foodie. They call them foodie. You cannot be able to control your food urges. You are there in the fast food joints, buying things. This will end up misusing your money. Alcohol abuse and also compulsive shopping. You know all this. This is the debt trap. So step three is your money plan, the budget. Do you even have a budget? We said where there is no plan, there is chaos. If you don't have a budget, you are caught in chaos. That means you cannot be able to explain where your money goes. You are not intentional with your money. And if you are not intentional, it means you are not using your money well. Yeah? So the question is, the accountability questions here, where does your money go? How much do you really make? You can be making money, but you don't know how much it is. And when you don't know how much it is, you don't know your expenses for the month, you just do what feels right with your money. Just what feels. I'll just buy this, I'll just go for this holiday. You just apply your feelings with money. You are not logical enough to plan for it. Have a plan that you see through to the end of the month. That is where your money plan comes. I know you know all this about budget, and we spoke about it yesterday. So budgeting is another critical step. And without a budget, you are not going to get to a debt-free position. Step 4 is list, rank, and prioritize your debt. The reason why we are listing debt here is sometimes we have so much debt that we don't even keep track. We don't have even the records. We have, uninstalled the apps just so that these loan guys don't call us, or they don't take our data to send messages to other people. We don't know where we are at. This is where we bring order to the debt. List everything you have down. Then after that, we are going to rank our debt. How do we rank it? We rank it by checking at the low stress debt. These are debts that, they have low interest rates and also extended repayment period. Things like bank loans, circle loans, or anyone who has given you debt that meets these criteria: low interest rate and extended repayment. Then the second is high stress debt. This is high interest, shorter repayment period. This include loan apps, emergency loan, credit card loans, and personal loans. So you are going to categorize your debt into these two criteria, right? Then after that, step 5 is, now that you know what you owe people, stop running away from your creditors. We are going to negotiate with creditors for favorable terms. Yeah? So don't hide. It's time to face the bull, by the horns, and focus on what you owe. First, you have to be honest. If you owe a person, they keep calling you and asking for your money, be honest. Tell them, I'm not able to pay you now. Kindly allow me to pay you using this plan, right? You have to be honest your position. Maybe you lost your job, your business failed, and you have all this debt. You have to be honest with people. Yeah? Anyway, there's nothing else to do. You have no money to pay them now, and you have to restructure yourself. So have an action plan. What is your plan? Yeah? You have already listed. How do you plan to attack this debt? How do you plan to pay this creditor? They want to hear your plan. Then you can request for more favorable terms. Yeah? If the interest you are supposed to pay on 15, and your money is coming at the end month, kindly ask them to push this payment term to the end month. Yeah, then you must have some cash. You cannot go empty-handed to the negotiating table. Have something so that this one will send, good faith signal to your creditors. Step number 6 is it's time to create a margin. What is margin? Margin is where you spend less and make more. So our main objective here is to spend less. You have to cut down your expenses. Anything that you think you don't use in your home, sell it or don't subscribe it. Netflix, it's not a must you watch Netflix and you have YouTube, yeah? Must you pay Go TV and you can now access, the news and everything through YouTube. You have to cut down all the unnecessary expenses from your budget. That will give you some margin. Margin is excess cash, and I'm going to show you where we'll apply this money. Another alternative is make more money. Find different ways of making more cash. Yeah, find a part-time job, start a side hustle, to just supplement the income that you have. You cannot be able to cut down all your expenses. You can only save so much. Yeah. So once we create margin, and this is the main step, for you to win with debt, you have to create that extra money that you'll attack this debt with, as we'll see in our next steps. So step number 7 is save for starter emergency fund. Why is this necessary to have something saved for your emergencies? I call this a parachute. When things get hot, when you are paying debt, it's going to save you. It helps you keep the mission going. For example, if you have a car tire burst and you are paying debt, you don't have any other money, what do? You go back to borrowing. Yeah, you have a car repair, you have some minor home repairs, or your laptop got stolen, your phone got stolen. What do when your machinery that you're using in business breaks down? You need something saved up to meet these emergencies so that you can be able to continue attacking your debt according to your plan. I advocate you going for 100,000 Kenya shillings. This will caution you from all unpredictable expenses. Yeah, this is not enough because we are calling it a starter emergency fund, because we need a fully funded emergency fund once we are out of debt. Yeah. So, but if you feel 100,000 or $1,000 is too much, you can go for at least 3 times your monthly expenses. Get to know that number and save up for this. This one will take you 1 month. How do you save for this? We have created margin. We have eliminated unnecessary expenses, and we have found a side hustle whereby we can generate more income. That is how you save for starter emergency fund as quick as possible. Because the next step, we want to go now hard on debt. Step number 8, this typo. This is supposed to be the last step, which is paying off your debt using the debt snowball method. It's time now to kick off your debt. And we are going to use this debt snowball method. Debt snowball method, when you are using it, it's a method that equates paying debt like a snowball. We start with the lowest, with the least debt, ignoring all the interest rate. You start with a small one. When you pay that small one, you go to the next and you celebrate. You are moving. You are not starting from the huge one, because you'll not see any movement. You start from the small one, you go down to the biggest one. Yeah, applying and recycling that payment to the next one, to the next one. Yeah, we want to avoid credit holding your neck like this guy here. Yeah, so with this method, you are able to get out of debt in an average 18 to 24 months. That's how long most people take. So here is how the debt snowball method works. And when you know this one is going to save you. It's going to give you the best motivation you can ever have. When you see yourself eliminating one debt after the other. Yeah? So it's all about the behavior, and we want to rock that behavior, that we want to eliminate this debt without giving up. And that's why we are starting with a small debt. Remember, we have already listed all our debt. Now we want to list them from the smallest to the largest. Ignore the interest rates. Then, second thing that you need to do is make minimum payments for all debt with the exemption of the smallest one. We want to focus on the little one. We are making the minimum payment of all debt because we don't want unnecessary penalties. We want to make all the creditors happy, but we have another intention to eliminate these debts. So let's take the minimum debt and throw all your extra income to neutralize this debt as fast as possible. Remember, go back to the margin. We have some extra money that we are saving. We are going to attack this. This is where you sell your things, you creating margin, just the way we said it. But we are starting with a little debt. Once you have eliminated this small debt, keep the momentum going. Jump to the next small debt. When you jump to the small debt, hit it hard. Yeah? Take all the payments that you are making on the eliminated small debt and throw it hard onto this one. Yeah? So you're going to repeat this strategy for all your debt. Don't lose hope. Just stick to the process and you see magic happen. That's why we call it the snowball. The snowball, the snowball becomes larger and larger. And without you knowing, the debt is fully paid up. So I also want to warn you that this step is not easy. You need total commitment. You need discipline, hard work, and sacrifice. You have to live like no one else so that you can live like no one else in future. Yeah? Your main objective is to get back your freedom, to be able to create wealth and be able to live a peaceful life. That is the main objective. So that is it. We call for gazelle intensity. Remember where I told you from Proverbs 6:4 that you need to give no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. You're going to deliver yourself from death like a gazelle from the hearts of the hunter. This is what we are going to do with the debt snowball, doing that hard work to make some margin so that we can throw everything into this debt, right? So there's another strategy that I call debt consolidation strategy. This is also a popular one, but it has been misused by people, whereby you take all debt you can afford to take, and now you go and apply for a big debt in a circle. You pay all these small debt. Then, because you don't have a plan, you don't have a conviction, you start borrowing again from the small debts that you had paid. Eventually, you add another chain and burden in your neck. Then debt brings you down. But we want to use the debt consolidation strategy in a new way. The concept is the same, but we have our main aim is to get out of the debt. But sometimes we have all these small debts that don't give us peace. We don't even have enough time to plan for a debt snowball. Yeah, these are loan up debts, Shylock debts. These people are knocking on our doors. We want our money. What do you do with this? This is a strategy of debt consolidation. You have to look for somewhere you can get a big debt that is cheaper. Cheaper means that these small debts that are expensive, they have less timeline. You're going to take one debt that has an extended time. Also, it's giving you a low interest than this small debt. Yeah? Then you are going to pay off all these small debts. Then you are going to remain with one or two big debts that are not stressing you. Then you are going to attack using the debt snowball method to bring down that debt. Overall, debt consolidation is best when the first qualification I have said, it's cheaper interest than what you are currently paying. Yeah, extended period. Yeah, you don't have cash flow to cover all the existing obligations. You have 10 debts, and the margin that you have, the extra cash that you have, cannot be able to meet all these creditors. So you can consolidate all these small debt into one, right? Then the final qualifying, I've said it, you are committed to paying off your debt and being debt-free and not just moving around debt and taking more. Yeah, I've seen people apply this debt consolidation strategy in the wrong way, and it has come, bringing trouble into the paradise again. So, business loan and when to take one. So, the famous quote is, business loan is good, but is this always true? Most people now are in debt because of business loans. Because we thought that we are business acumen, we are going to take all the debt we can to start this good, great ideas that is not proven to make profit. And now our problem is just money. So I'm going to go to the bank, to the circle, borrow from my parents and friends. I'm going to start this business. I don't have any proof of profitability. I have not started this business. I have no idea. I am hoping, I have faith that it is going to succeed. Then the unpredictable happens and the business does not work out. But I still have loans to pay. What do I do? This is a debt trap from business loans. Yeah. So businesses needs finances for different reasons. First is that one that I've said, to start up a business. Yeah. I advocate when you are starting a business, bootstrap, get to save your money. Start the concept little by little. Prove the concept of your business. And when you see it's working, now we can talk about going for other sources of money to expand this business. Yeah, business expansion, extra inventory, hiring new talent, equipment upgrade. You need, new production. The designs are changing. You need an equipment upgrade to accelerate your work process. Yeah, marketing strategy. You need to reach to more people. Improving your cash flow. You don't have cash flow to do all these things. Covering unpaid invoices. Cash flow problems again. Setting up new locations. This is business expansion. You need money for that. Now, the question is, should you get a loan, a business loan, each time you have these needs? That's the big question. Now, here is when to get a business loan. The cardinal rule is, do not take a business loan. Work with what you have. Recycle your cash flow. Use your savings to expand your business, to start your business. Grow slow but steady. Remember we said at our initial points where we want it all, we want it now, we want to become rich now. Yeah, that's a trap. But there are some exemptions to this rule. Like when you need some extra capital to take your business to the next level, you have a proven business strategy. Your business is already making profit. You know all the risks. You are in charge. You are in control. Your concept is proven in the market. Yeah, people are lining up in your business. They want this product, you don't have more. For you to meet this demand, you can take a cheap loan. You can source for funds to, to create more products, because there is already, there's already ready market for the product. Then this one will create profitability, and it's a good loan to take. Yeah, get a cheap business loan when running such, a successful, proven, ongoing business. And other reasons that you can get a loan for your established business is to improve working capital, as we have said, purchase working equipment, buy more inventory, reach wider audience, or open more branches. Right, here is a pro tip. Create an emergency fund for your business. We are used to retained earnings. That is what the system told us, that when you have something called retained earnings in your books, which I guarantee you, very few companies do match their cash flow savings with their retained earnings. So most businesses don't have emergency fund. And this is what happened to businesses when Corona or COVID-19 happened. You are operating your business, waiting for the cash flow come in so that you can be able to fulfill the business needs. Then all of a sudden, everything is on a lockdown. Debtors are not able to pay you. You cannot be able to do business. What do? You close down the enterprise. People go unpaid. Suppliers are unpaid. Everything goes in chaos because you did not have an emergency fund for your business. This is what you can do. If you're making a profit of 1,000 every day, take 10% out of that. Open a savings account. If it's a money market fund, open that. Say this is for the business. Put that 10% there. This is going to save you when you be in need of money and you don't have money. When everything will calm down and you don't have money, you can take that emergency fund and be able to survive. So that's my pro tip. Then avoid mobile app, Shylocks, and other quick, expensive loans. Imagine if you are getting a profitability margin of 25%, and here you are taking a mobile loan app of, over 100% per annum. It doesn't make sense. Avoid that. Yeah. Another thing is only bite what you can chew. Don't be greedy for big engagements that you cannot deliver. Yeah. It will lead you to taking more debt that you cannot be able to pay. So you'll have to minimize the risk of failure by growing slowly but steadily.